pick. He's got multiple Scythe characters as options, but Futurebubble coming in with the Kaya.
Exciting to see this. Here's some bow action. There's a lot of players that are leaning into bow more. Impala on Koji, Balloon Boy on Zariel, to name a few. And Futurebubble pushing that meta as well. And some immaculate drip from Neeze, by the way.
Oh yeah, gotta go with the Fenrir Mordex at all times. That's the
so
one
clean.
thing you gotta use. Oh yeah, everybody loves that Scythe as well.
Absolutely.
All right, more sidelights coming out from Neeze, really conditioning Futurebubble, trying to see how he's going to react out of each of these sidelights. It's been a really common option for Neeze, and then once the set progresses, he's going to start going for more options out of it.
Looking for that connection there against the big sidelight. The end light comes out from Futurebubble, playing very proactive, trying to kind of swat away Neeze. Not quite working out here, though, as a sidelight comes in, not enough to KO. The weapon toss will confirm that KO, and Neeze looking very, very solid.
I actually really like the way Neeze started playing that later stock of Futurebubble. Like, as Futurebubble took more and more damage, was getting into the red, he went for the heavy hits. He was going for the active sidelight, active downlight, just to get that stage control, and knew that, like, eventually it was going to work out instead of going for some sort of read for the KO.
Big sider there, an opportunity for Futurebubble to potentially get in the game. I think that was a startup of a side sig, trying to cross or cover the cross up, but man, those Kaya signatures, no matter how much they get nerfed, those are just so snappy. Exactly what you need on the bow, something to cover right in front of you.
It was a little bit of a risk, but he definitely had the beat on the way that Neeze was dash jumping around him, and he called out that jump, got him with that down signature, but had he whiffed, could have been an opportunity for Neeze to get some extra damage. It is a signature at the end of the day. There are longer recovery times.
And like there from Futurebubble, looking for these anti-airs, just any way to keep Neeze off of him. Because once Neeze gets in, one of the most aggressive players on the Mordex will find a way at GC's side sig. Just why not? Sometimes it works out there. That's a nice damage swing, but Neeze not really worried about it. But another sliding sig there.
Futurebubble using the entirety of that Kaya signature kit. Nice three-piece coming out from Neeze, and the recovery, tracking the movement, yeah.
Yeah, covering the high recovery is so important, especially on weapons like bow, for example, that can struggle going low. Very predictable angles, very bad hitbox above. A lot of players will result into going high, and there, Neeze just right on top of it. A lot of experience versus bow in his region. I know Moonier plays a lot of bow recently as well. Ooh, the side air. Not finding the hitbox of it. That side air will, though. Unarmed here, has the bow to Neeze. Neeze getting the down air there, sitting off stage. He's not going for crazy edge guards. He's just willing to play that ones and twosies there. Unfortunately, Futurebubble makes it back, gets the recovery. All of a sudden, forced to a last stock.
Yeah, really good movement there from Futurebubble. Outspaced that downlight, came in with a gravity cancel downlight, and immediately into the recovery. Like you said, final stocks for both of them. Neeze not with a big enough lead to be too comfortable right now.
Dodge in place there. Neeze looking for that side air. Yeah, very important to start avoiding these Kai signatures that do so much damage. Neeze getting a diagonal chase dodge down, trying to cover Futurebubble, dodging away. Weapon toss there, didn't find its connection to interrupt Neeze. Neeze finding the dodge read, realizing it was time to wait, but didn't capitalize on it. The end light punishes the GC downlight. Recovery not enough to KO. That's Kaya for you. And now Futurebubble finding his footing once again, looking for a way to flip this situation, make something happen out of nothing.
Okay, good plays from Neeze. Got him with the sidelight, went for the fast fall because it covers the most options. Saw the dodge come out, immediate dash jump recovery. Neeze going to take game number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, there's something interesting to me about like the fact that Brawlhalla is played on so many different controllers. So some people play on like traditional controllers, some people play on keyboard. I wonder how that is for your nerves, being so like kind of close together on the keyboard. I see a lot of players like especially the controller players, they're kind of lean back a little bit. They're like,
you think?
Yeah, I think so.
What about like the white knuckle grip on the controller?
White knuckle grip, and then they do like the lean back, but some people like are fully back. They're like, they seem relaxed. I wonder how much that matters. Neeze though, definitely. I just wanted to comment, stretching the hands a little bit. I feel like feeling some nerves going into that game number 1. Maybe the big momentum swing for Neeze now is like, okay, I got the first game, I can do this.
Well, hopefully that was a little bit of a confident booster for Neeze as he goes into the science against Futurebubble's sword. That's been kind of the main matchup for these two. Yeah, they've brought out the spear. Yeah, they've brought out the gauntlets, but it's mostly been about this scythe versus bow.
Yeah, conventional wisdom, I think Scythe does pretty well into bow. You're able to kind of punish the, you know, dead zones that bow presents, but when Futurebubble's throwing out those hitboxes, those signature kits, something that Kaya definitely benefits from, it can definitely be a lot harder for Neeze to get those vertical open-ups, especially with those downers. Gets the downlight there though. Futurebubble stuck off stage. Neeze dodging through the recovery. Smart stuff, goes for the sidelight. Both of them weapons are Futurebubble somehow finding the weapon, but Neeze falls onto a gauntlet. Nice little string there. GC downlight unarmed, picks up the weapon, ground pound, a classic spear string.
Good spacing there from Neeze. Had just enough space on the ground to get outside of that side light. Got him with that down light recovery. Not enough to KO. Down sig not held from Futurebubble. Thought he was going to go down. Went for the second side light. Now Neeze with a weapon advantage. Goes for a ground pound, but he lets go of it. And Futurebubble actually catches him with the down heavy.
Always time to dance at BCX, especially when you're trying to make a big upset happen. Nair's there, goes for the cider. Gets a little end light, and Futurebubble riding the momentum well with this spear. Neeze picking up the scythe, though. We've seen a lot of downlight, I was going to say, a lot of downlights connect towards the wall, especially on Demon Island. You don't have a lot of wall to work with, and Neeze really good at forcing the first option defensively and then kind of closing in and getting that KOing, confirming move on the scythe.
Yeah, that's been a really solid option for Neeze. Once again, it's not something that a lot of Scythe players do. A lot of times they'll go for like a side light, maybe the end sig off of the Mordex, but right now he's struggling to find a follow-up off of these neutralites.
Yeah. And Neeze not getting the super extended string, kind of playing into those 1s and 2s on the side. Kind of what Futurebubble's doing on the bow. Neeze relying on winning neutral a lot more than Futurebubble.
Not exactly the easiest thing to do. Bo does have a strong neutral, but offstage ground pound cleaned up from Neeze. Caught him with the nair, and that was all but over. Like you were saying, that was kind of the critical move for Neeze.
Yeah, absolutely, and similar to the second stock on the first game, a high recovery forced out because Futurebubble is on the bow. Just cannot risk going offstage low versus the scythe, and Neeze going to pick up there, doesn't cover the dodge through. Futurebubble having to make something big happen here on the spear. And we've been working so far, but it's a lot tougher. Big signature doesn't find its connection. Neeze flips the situation. Cider sends off stage. Going for the big ground pound. Gets pogoed for his troubles. I'm not sure if that ever works, and if it did, I don't even know if it KOs there, but still going for it all, and now Futurebubble with an opportunity to make Neeze really pay for it. Getting weapon start here, Neeze side light, picking up some gauntlets. Into the bow, though, a lot harder than Scythe.
Yeah, that was really greedy from Neeze to go for that ground pound, unarmed against Futurebubble. Didn't take too much punish. I mean, yeah, he lost a stock, but he's still managing to take this lead, but he's eating some signatures from Futurebubble right now.
Yeah, one read and another high recovery from Futurebubble. Futurebubble realizing that Neeze was looking for the recovery like in game number 1, goes low there. Down there, sending Neeze into sweat beat territory, goes for the GC.
He beat up the sig, though.
That was crazy.
I'm surprised Neeze didn't go immediately for the recovery there. Got him with the side light. That was a gravity canceled signature from Futurebubble. But Neeze didn't go in. There's the downlight. Needs the weapon toss. Not going to hit. Another opportunity for Futurebubble. Went high again, but he's managing to get the stage.
Picking up a bow to find the KO instead of relying on the spear. Interesting choice, maybe just wanting to weapon starve. Can't be too picky when you're looking for that weapon starve. Recovery doesn't find a connection. Neeze getting punished, but gets the downlight after the weapon toss. Such an important scramble situation. Coming out on top, realizing that he wanted, you wanted to pick up the spear afterwards to get a ground pound. Instead, Neeze finding the timing to get the downlight. Incredibly smart from Neeze.
Yeah, really just immediate wake up downlight. Knew that Futurebubble was going to come down. Futurebubble could have gone for the safer option. Pick up, jump, dare, the classic egg drop style. But instead, he was looking for the KO tool. Everybody's in the deep red, so we went for the ground, and Neeze was going to punish.
Yeah, absolutely. Really clean stuff. We're back on Demon Island. Tough spot to be for Futurebubble. Neeze, the confidence boost he needs in order to move forward into this bracket. And you just need to win the Sen General to move forward in winners. Futurebubble, though, once again leaning into the bow very heavily. Even into the kind of tougher matchup that Scythe can be sometimes, willing to play into it. We haven't seen a lot of the spear to rack up damage. Neeze, though, coming into his own, goes for the classic Mordex read on the GC sig. Futurebubble getting a big string off of that punish, though, with a ground pound to boot. So much damage, picking up a spear. Endlight sends off stage. Neeze with some sweat beats. The weapon toss doesn't find a connection. Neither does that sidelight, though, and Neeze fighting unarmed versus Futurebubble. Futurebubble cannot keep Neeze from moving, but finally the sig works.
Not enough. Great damage put out on a Neeze, goes in, hits the down heavy, the disco behind Futurebubble, but still not enough. Both of them surviving for a while, but there's the haymaker catching the feet of Futurebubble, and Neeze has his pick of weapons. He's in the red, he wants the scythe.
Yeah, when Futurebubble has center, you know, really willing to put themselves in the corner to find a way back in. Neeze, on the other hand, very willing to try to cross through. We see a GC taunt there, definitely a misinput from Neeze. Nonetheless, Futurebubble doesn't punish, but does punish that whiff down air. I think we see a little bit of a smirk from Neeze, kind of stretching the hands, getting ready for this stock, because that could have been a big momentum swing.
I think Neeze is feeling really good right now. If he's going in for the gravity cancel taunt right there, Futurebubble, I mean, stock count's still even. There's a chance for Futurebubble to take this one and start building a lead.
Absolutely, but when Neeze is able to get so much damage per interaction on the scythe, it's going to make it much harder for Futurebubble to stay in the game on the bow. Weapon not known for having extended strings, more so winning neutral so consistently. Looking Looking for it here. That's the big weapon toss. Neeze unable to pick up the weapon after having the backwards momentum, makes it so it doesn't bounce away.
Okay, over to the gauntlet, side air, weapon toss. Futurebubble goes wide and still has enough movement to get back safely. Neeze denying weapons. Didn't pick up the scythe, instead unarmed. Gravity cancel downlight. Recovery, still not enough.
Neeze really not playing into the gauntlets. This is like a full scythe exhibition, and it's working out so far. The Ensig finding the KO there, and Neeze one stock away from moving forward into winner's pools. Futurebubble with a chance here, but definitely a tough one. Neeze less than 100 damage on a Futurebubble. Back against the wall once again. A very common spot during this set. Going for a big nair read instead of the downlight, realizing that Futurebubble might try to mix it up there. Doesn't matter though, as Neeze takes it sky high with a 4-piece.
He's sweating. Does
Ground
he have
pound?
the movement? Yeah. Futurebubble with the ground pound, like you called out, like you spotted, and that'll be the stock evener. Once again, you can't sleep on Futurebubble too much. It's not over yet.
The classic bowstring, send your opponent up. Your opponent's like, okay, I need to get out of here quickly. Dodges down right into the ground pound, and Futurebubble with another opportunity. Nice delayed dodge there, getting the nair out to punish Neeze, trying to swat him away for trying to pick up a weapon. Can't pick up the weapon in the end lag of that end light, but picks up a spear here. Maybe some space is what's needed between Neeze, especially in that air-to-air game. The end light starts off the range, going for the big charging sig, didn't find it. Neeze getting the side air there. The weapon toss as well. One hit is so it separates Neeze. That one isn't the one though.
Nice, the neutral light dissuading Neeze, went for the gravity cancel neutral sig. More sigs coming out on both sides. This is a bad spot for Futurebubble. Gravity cancel neutral light, and that will do it. Neeze with the 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely, and doing very well there. I definitely saw shades of Neeze, feeling the hands a little bit, feeling a little bit jittery there. We saw potential misinput on the GC taunt, but Neeze able to keep it together. Futurebubble just unfortunately, I think a very tough draw, and I think Neeze kind of called around that, saying, you know what, somebody that plays really heavily into the bow, I'm going to lean into the